Imagine our world, shaped and sculpted by immense forces over millions of years. But what if one of the most powerful forces, the Great Ice Ages, had never occurred? What would Earth look like today? Let's journey into an alternate reality, a world without ice. First, let's talk about the landscape. Without colossal glaciers grinding across continents, many of the features we take for granted simply wouldn't exist. Forget the majestic fjords of Norway or the stunning glacial valleys of New Zealand. These were carved by rivers of ice. Instead, you'd see gentler, rolling hills and wider, less dramatic river valleys. The Great Lakes of North America, gone. They are remnants of meltwater from the last ice sheet. In their place might be a vast, interconnected river system, perhaps not unlike the Amazon. Mountain ranges like the Alps and the Rockies would be different too. While still tall, they would lack the sharp, jagged peaks and deep U-shaped valleys carved by alpine glaciers. Their profiles would be softer, more rounded by eons of wind and rain alone. The very ground beneath our feet would be different. Much of the northern hemisphere is covered in fertile soil deposited by glaciers as they reach. Without this, large swaths of North America and Europe might be barren rock, making agriculture far more challenging. Now, let's consider the rivers. The courses of many of the world's greatest rivers, like the Mississippi, the Rhine, and the Thames, were drastically altered by advancing and retreating ice. Ice sheets acted like giant bulldozers, damming rivers and forcing them to carve new paths. Without them, river systems would have followed a much older, more direct path to the sea. The English Channel might not even exist. During low sea levels in the Ice Ages, it was a massive river valley, without the glacial meltwater that flooded it. Britain might still be connected to mainland Europe by a land bridge. This would have dramatically changed the course of human migration in history. And what about life? The Ice Ages were a powerful engine of evolution, forcing species to adapt, migrate, or perish. Without this intense pressure, biodiversity might look very different. Iconic Ice Age. Megafauna like the woolly mammoth, saber-toothed cat, and giant ground sloth might never have evolved their specific cold weather adaptations. Perhaps their ancestors, better suited to a more stable, warmer climate, would still be roaming the plains. On the other hand, the periodic isolation and reconnection of populations by ice sheets spurred the creation of new species. Without this process, the overall diversity of life, especially in the northern hemisphere, might actually be lower. Forests would dominate. Vast, unbroken, temperate and boreal forests would stretch across Canada, Siberia, and northern Europe, creating a far more uniform and less varied landscape than we see today. Finally, what about us? Humanity. Our own evolution is deeply intertwined with the Ice Ages. The constantly shifting climates and environments forced our early ancestors to become smarter, more versatile, and more cooperative. The need to hunt large game on the open tundra, to build better shelters, and to manage resources through long winters drove innovation. The land bridges exposed by lower sea levels, like the Bering Land Bridge, allowed humans to spread across the globe, from Asia to the Americas. Without the Ice Ages, human migration patterns would have been completely different. Would we have been as motivated to innovate and explore? Perhaps our species would have remained concentrated in Africa and southern Eurasia for much longer. The entire tapestry of human history, from the first stone tool to the rise of civilizations, was woven on the loom of a changing climate. A world without ice would be a world where we might not even recognize ourselves. This alternate Earth, a world that never froze, would be flatter, wetter in some places, drier in others, and populated by a different cast of creatures. The familiar maps of our world would be redrawn, and the story of life, including our own, would have a completely different plot. It's a powerful reminder that we are all children of the ice, shaped by a world of frozen water that, for now, has pulled back. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this journey into what if history, don't forget to like and subscribe for more.